you never know, at some point, because it's never been abolished, it's just not been used. A certain king of the north, if he finds himself in the hot seat, might end up pro-road. Now, wouldn't that be interesting? History repeating itself nearly 200 years later. All the flowers here are beautiful in this border. You've got some stunning pink there. I love all the different shades of pinks and purples. There's lots of bees around as well. I've seen a lot more bees this year. Oh, look at this. Croquet on the lawn, anybody? Grand day rising, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Dan and I are at Howick Hall in Northumberland, about 10 minutes drive from Dunstable Castle, and we've come to have a look at the gardens here. This is the home of Earl Grey tea. So let's have a look around. Two ground floor rooms in Howick Hall are available for the public to come in and have a look round and sit before they explore the gardens, though most of it isn't open to the public. This is a place where even at 6 o'clock, when the office closes and the cafe closes, you can still wander around as long as you like after 6 p.m. There's no kicking out time. There's some plants. They've got this amazing Arboretum, and these are some of the things that you might find in it. They've got well over 65 acres of gardens to explore. We had an adult and a concession because I'm over 60. You could spend all day here. The tea rooms are also lovely. They do sandwiches and light snacks and lots of different cakes and afternoon teas. And afternoon tea is only £19 per person or £28 with bubbly, which I think is very reasonable. The hall was burnt down by fire and rebuilt.
That's Earl Grey.
He was the second Earl.
Making there in Howick.
Very elegant.
Yeah, your mum used to do that.
Yeah, she did. That was like the ones she used to do. Mum was very good at watercolours and pencil drawings as well. That was my mum's style. She did a lot of that sort of thing, this kind of portrait and the different flowers, still life, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And textile design as well. Mostly geometric. Got a podium there. Isn't this a lovely one? You can hire this space as well for special events, such as weddings and parties and other get-togethers.
I like the paintings.
Beautiful. The fireplace is stunning. It's a very comfortable room. This is the kind of room where if I had a stately home or a grand house that I would like very much. And look at the chandelier. That's my kind of chandelier. I obsession with them.
Oh, it's a piano.
This is don't play
It's a
with.
Bösendorfer.
Wow.
It's been tuned.
I've got some nice china there. Very elegant. Lovely wallpaper.
Yeah, that's nice.
Well, I've all the ceiling roses and the plaster.
Yeah.
It's so decorative. And that paper with the birds there.
Yeah.
That's very art nouveau art deco. Of course, it appears like the house we live in.
Yeah. Not that mirror. I think that's a
Beautiful.
mirror. Lost its silvering.
Yes. Would you like to tell people how our antique mirror restoration is going on? Because you haven't got that much to do to it.
No, just got to spray it really and file it down. Under what that is, passing of the Great Reform Bill in 1832.
It's
The Reform
marked-
Banquet.
It marked the beginning of Britain's modern political system. Charles II, Earl Grey, was leader of the Whig Party. That Earl Grey being the one who was famous for the tea. He was leader of the Whig Party and Prime Minister from 1830
He's
to
picking his nose.
1834. During which time he fought to get the Reform Bill passed in the teeth of opposition from the Duke of Wellington and the landed interest of the Tories. Earl Grey was a champion of civil and religious freedom, and his government also saw the abolition of slavery in the British Empire. In addition to his political achievements, his fame reaches an international level for his association with Earl Grey tea. It was specially blended for him by a Chinese mandarin to suit the water from the spring at Howick. He was a proud Northumbrian whose statue, erected in his honour, stands at the top of Grey Street in Newcastle. He is arguably the most important political figure to come out of Northumberland. There's some very fine gentlemen there, with the wing collars look.
Yes, that's the one who's picking his nose. Looks like they've got quite a fine feast there.
They have indeed.
It's speech time.
No women in Parliament back then.
No.
It tells you who the people are as well. That's a list of who the people are at the Reform Banquet. The trial of Queen Caroline, 1820. In 1795, the Prince of Wales had run up enormous debts, and in order to pay them off, he agreed with his father, George III, to marry Princess Caroline of Brunswick, a first cousin. It was a disaster. It was not a love match. He detested her, and I
She
don't
was
think
fat, coarse, smelly, rarely washed, and they hated each other.
Yeah, she didn't like him either.
Because he was probably fat, coarse, and smelly too.
By a miracle, though, she did produce a daughter. Charlotte, 9 months after the marriage. That was quick. After a year, the Prince of Wales wrote to her to say that he would no longer live with her and she could do what she liked. Caroline retreated to Blackheath and lived a hedonistic life, while Charlotte was brought up under her father's control. Caroline went to live in Italy in 1814, where she appointed a low-born Italian called Bartolomeo Pagani as her servant, and later her head of household, and Louina soon started. And in 1811, George was appointed Prince Regent as a result of his father's mental illness. Of course, King George III was known as the Mad King. He was keen to get a divorce from Caroline, but it was difficult unless one party admitted adultery, which, not surprisingly, neither side was prepared to do. So he established a commission to investigate her behaviour, and by 1819, Caroline was getting concerned about her position, because the gossip was rampant, and there was almost certainly some truth in it. George III died in January 1820 and the Prince of Wales became George IV. Caroline resurfaced and made clear her claim to being Queen. George IV and the government would not hear of it, and she was told that she should stay abroad. However, she was worried about her marital status with very good reason and returned to England in June 1820. She was very popular with the public, who loathed George and was regarded as a supporter of parliamentary reform, which was the dominant issue in contemporary politics. In June 1820, the government presented the Pays and Penalties Bill to the House of Lords, in effect a measure to produce a divorce through trial, and it was narrowly passed. However, it was never presented to the House of Commons, where it would have failed. Very interesting. Caroline's main advisor throughout this saga was Lord Ruffin, a prominent Whig lawyer and MP. Whig was the old Labour Party, and Charles II Earl Grey was leader of the Whig Party. The trial was the sensation of its day, and this photograph of the original oil painting shows it at a crucial moment when Lord Grey was making a speech in her defence based upon her constitutional position rather than the alleged adultery. It was painted by Sir William Hayter between 1820 and 1823. The original hangs in the National Portrait Gallery in London. Caroline is seated in the front and Lord Grey is standing, pointing while he speaks. George IV is looking down from the gallery above. The pen and ink drawing above it is thought to be the original by Hayter. It was folded up and bound into a book and given to Lord Grey. It's now been framed in order to display it. Against Ruffin's advice, Caroline tried to gate crash the coronation on the 19th of July 1821, but the door of Westminster Abbey was slammed shut in her face. 3 weeks later, she was dead at the age of 53, which resolved the issue of her marriage and status. Her daughter Charlotte had married Prince Leopold of Saxe-Coburg, Saalfeld, in 1816, and also died in childbirth the following year, leaving William, George IV's younger brother, as heir to the throne. Fortunately, William IV was sensible and responsible, a marked contrast to his older brother. He was in turn succeeded by his niece Victoria in 1837. And a little story about William IV. He was the last king to prorogue Parliament, and I believe it was Lord Melbourne who was prorogued. And bearing in mind that the Earl was Prime Minister till 1834, Lord Melbourne wasn't there very long. He didn't serve very long before the government was prorogued. Interesting. We have a similar situation in today's politics, which everybody knows about. And you never know at some point, because it's never been abolished, it's just not been used. A certain king of the north, if he finds himself in the hot seat, might end up prorogued. Now, wouldn't that be interesting? History repeating itself nearly 200 years later. There's a thought. It's such a beautiful day today. Far warmer than it was forecast to be, but very, very pleasant.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of places to sit down and just contemplate and reflect and just relax. You can hear in the background a lawnmower.
Yeah.
With all these acres, they will need a lot of staff and volunteers to keep everything looking good. We always had those in our garden growing up, and also hydrangea and some roses, the old country roses, which we've mostly got in our garden as well, the country rose type, the traditional roses with a nice fragrant smell.
Yeah.
I like the old English roses. Most rose bushes need deadheading once they've flowered, but we've got at least one rose bush that is the old English variety, and you don't deadhead, and you get the most wonderful rose hips in the winter.
You can do quite a lot with those.
Yeah.
This is the sensory garden down here. That's the wild origin garden.
That's wild origin. This is nice, isn't
Yeah.
it?
National Autistic Society.
Oh, that's nice.
Sensory garden.
Oh, this is special. This is nice.
Designed for children with autism. So let's go in.
All the flowers here are beautiful in this border. You've got some stunning pink there. I love all the different shades of pinks and purples. There's lots of bees around as well. I've seen a lot more bees this year. And butterflies, which is encouraging because they need us and we need them. It's the true meaning of biodiversity. Otherwise, nature suffers. Some lovely lavender. That looks probably a bit healthier than our lavender bush, which is quite old now. I like this fence across the back here. So this is the sensory garden, which was created for autistic children, but neurodivergent young or older people would all find this a very pleasant space. Darren and I certainly do. There's a little cobbled path over here, which leads to another area with benches for younger and older people to sit and pass the time of day. And then over yonder is a decorative circle. Today is summer solstice, so we could do some positive blessings in this area, which we might do shortly. This looks like blue glass, an informal kind of mosaic. It's there to represent a stream trickling under a bridge. Isn't that lovely? It's very peaceful here. And we've got a stunning blue sky. A couple of old enamel jugs, that's a nice touch. Then we're just going to do a little bit of contemplation here. A blessing for humanity. This is a lovely wooded area. We have an avenue of trees. We're now well past 4 p.m. and it's still warm. And there's a lovely cool breeze. And you can hear birds in the trees. This is a fabulous county for bird watchers. There's lots of different types of birds here. Dan and I do like our trees. We don't go to the woods often enough, really, do we? That's something we need to put right because it's really good for both our mental health.
You have to sit quietly.
Yes. Life's so busy, life's so frantic. You just need time to shut away the noise. It gets very loud at times. We're walking now towards the hydrangea garden. Don't know how far it is. I think this will be our last garden of the day. There's loads to see, and we'll definitely be back again. There are well over 65 acres to explore. Plenty of places to have a picnic or go to the tea rooms. It's a place you can spend all day. This is another old gate. I love these old gates. And they've survived the test of time. Even after 2 world wars, when a lot of things like that got melted down. They've got dozens of different gardens on this estate. They're all named and numbered. The hydrangea garden is quite a walk, so we thought we would come in this one instead. We have no idea which one it is, but it takes us round the back of the hall. There's the hall look in the background, over yonder. So we thought we'd have a look in here instead, and then we can retrace our footsteps and go back to the car park. When you pay for your ticket, they give you a free map. It's a tall tree.
Like that tree.
Lovely, isn't it? It's a little sapling here.
Yeah, this is the hydrangea garden.
So Dan says this is the hydrangea garden.
Hydrangeas there. They've passed their bloom.
There wasn't exactly a notice on the gate. We thought it was further up. Dan has the map.
And there's the evidence, there's the hydrangeas.
Well, would you fancy that? It's a very fine tree, isn't it, Dan?
Yeah.
Very beautiful. Can you hear all the birds?
Yeah.
We don't have the bird app. If we had the bird app, I don't do apps, but if Dan had the bird app, we'd probably be able to tell you what birds they are. If anybody knows, please answer in the comments. Thank you. I bet these trees could tell some stories. Some of them are old. Of course, there's some that are newer, like this one in front. It's wild, isn't it? It's not been over-gardened. It's like rewilded, isn't it?
Yeah.
To encourage birds and butterflies and bees and all the other insects that thrive in such environments. There's the house. So this is where we are in position to the house. So many wildflowers and grasses. Now we're going to take a walk down behind the house to have a look at this, which is a more formal garden. The beauty of this place, as I said before, is that there's no kicking out time. The tea room shuts at 6 o'clock. Last orders are 5 o'clock. But if you want to stay after 6 o'clock, you can do. No extra charge. Christmas tree. Sapling. garden. Dan's having a sit down. I don't blame him at all. Let's have a look in the pond. See if we can find any fishes. I don't see much going on, but there's some lily pads. It's very nice. Lots of beautiful flowers. Oh, look at this. Croquet on the lawn, anybody? Lady Howick's private garden. Please donate £1 per person in aid of St Michael and All Angels Church, Howick. Well, the whole area is stunning. We don't mind paying £1. It's a small price to pay for such beauty. No, we wouldn't dream of it, were we not? Says these are pet graves. Oh, bless. There's quite a few of them. There's more over here as well. Oh. Meg. 1982 to 1996, 1994. Can't quite read it. Rabbits and hares in here.
Yeah, they must make sure that they close the gate as well, because they've been told. Can read, I think.
Yes, the magical rabbits and hares. For anybody who doesn't know the difference between a rabbit and a hare has very long ears and long legs. A rabbit has long ears but short legs and hops a lot and has a little cottontail, but it's the legs. If you look at the legs, a rabbit has a lot shorter leg than a hare. And Dan leads the way back to the car park.
We've done a little circuit, haven't we?
We have. We've walked a lot today. We'll be in need of a good wedding anniversary dinner.
Yeah.
And we bought a pair of Cresta kippers, the famous kippers. And you'll be seeing that in another video. We're on our way back now to the car park. And we would like to thank you for watching. What have you enjoyed about our visit today? We'll certainly be back. In the meantime, please give us a like and a comment down below. Share, subscribe, ding the notification bell, and we'll see you again soon for another video. Till then, bye for now,
Bye.
and thanks for joining us.